For those of you who know Canada, January and February are the coldest months of the year. And for us paramotor pilots, that's the perfect time to escape the Great White North and get to somewhere that's warm, sunny, where there's beaches and sand. For this year, we headed down to Costa Rica. We left temperatures where there was wind chills of minus 39, and we hit Costa Rica where the daytime highs were in the plus 30s. It was hot, beautiful, and we took in the sun and the sand. As we ventured around the country, we got to see some of the great wildlife, including the crocodiles, the macaw. We finally made our way south to a little central town called Jaco, where the 2019 Air Fest was to take place. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. We're here in beautiful Costa Rica at the Jaco Air Festival. And we've been checking it out here for today and the next couple of days. We're going to take in some flying, everything related to air. They have balloons, they have paramotors, they have paragliders, drones, and the whole works. Come along for the ride and enjoy us as we try and take in as much as we can. The festival here that lasts for 3 days. They've been flying from the beach. They've been flying from the hill just above the east side of Jaco. So this is the kind of the event field where all of the air events take place. There's a number of paramotor guys that are here from all over the world. We have met, of course, Gigi from here in Costa Rica. Matt Minyard from the States is here. And some of the world's best acro pilots are here, and they fly from that mountain just up over top over there. And they come and they fly across this whole area, this region, and then they land just kind of on the beach over near Jaco. There. Temperature has been consistently at about 30-35 degrees. It's been really hot. I'll suck it up for you guys because I'll take one for the team and try and explore everything flying. Paramotor, paragliding, drones, balloons, the whole works. Guys have been flying from the beach in the evenings. It seems like mostly there's a few paramotor guys that were out flying earlier this morning. But it seems like the evening is the time when the temperature kind of cools down, the wind settles down on the beach, and they go and they just fly from the beach and they cruise around at sunset. It's a great sight to see. So we're going to check out the events here at the field, which is just really off the main strip in Jaco. And obviously they don't have, a lot of the same rules that we have in Canada, where they can fly pretty much anywhere they want. So it's kind of cool. So we'll check it out. One observation that I have had here in Costa Rica is that the beach is really hard on equipment. The paramotors and the wings get dragged around in the sand and the salty air, and it looks like they've been beat up pretty good, but remarkably they still fly and everything is pretty cool. Here watching these guys trying to start their paramotor, and I'm, I guess, a little relieved to see that everybody has the same issues with these two-stroke motors. These guys have been yarding on this thing for about 20 minutes, and it looks like they finally got it going. Yes! It's flooded. Look at the smoke. There's one guy on the beach last night that was really having some troubles getting his motor going. It was a Veterazzi 185, and the carburetor was just out of tune. So I think it looks like Matt kind of helped him tune it in a bit, so it was like a quarter out from bottom on the low end for adjustments. So I think flying from sea level, you just have to adjust your carb a little bit just for the altitude and temperature. Something that we're not quite used to from flying up in Canada, where we're like over 3,000 feet from most areas that we fly from, and at a far colder temperature.
Wow.
Holy cow. He was flying. Man, those are tiny little wings.
They're pretty fast. Wow.
So that ended our first day in Jaco. The Friday of the Air Fest was kind of like a setup day, so a lot of the events were to take place in the following days. We had booked a hotel, the Best Western in Jaco, which is right on the beach, which ironically turned out to be the location where the Paramotor pilots were flying from. So I got to basically walk out the back of my hotel, and the guys were flying at my back doorstep. So now let's move into day two. Here at day two of the Jaco Air Fest. It looks like I am amongst only a few other crazy people who got up so early. It's just after 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just driving down to the event location, which is just down the street from where our hotel is. And it's called the Jaco Walk, which is kind of like an outdoor shopping complex here in Jaco. So we're gonna go down, see if anybody's there, and check out the morning events. There's supposed to be some paramotor guys that are taking off from the flying location. I think there's some hot air balloons scheduled to be there. So let's see what happens. We have made it to the event location. And either I'm the only crazy Canadian that got up this early, or I read the schedule wrong. But yeah, we're here. It looks like there's a couple guys out there. I don't know if you can see this, but they actually are using a paramotor to help inflate the balloon. Look at the holes in that thing. Uh-oh, it's on fire. That's no good. That's no good. So the quiet of the morning eventually turned into a busier and eventful afternoon. As the crowds gathered, some gliders came in and landed. And there was a drone competition during the day where the pilots had to fly an obstacle course and do spot landings.
entrenamiento, poco a poco irán turnándose para más tarde otra exhibición. Estamos esperando que las condiciones del viento. Dos participantes más, dos parapentistas que se acercan.
So the paragliding guys took off from on top of a plateau on a mountain just east of Jaco. And they could soar and glide kind of the whole coastline until they finally decided to come in and land at the event location.
Para ver qué precisión y qué habilidades trae este piloto que es el próximo en realizar su aterrizaje. Podemos observar cómo el viento le afecta el control, pero hace casi imperceptible este gran piloto que se acerca. Ahí lo tenemos. Muy bien, realiza su aterrizaje. Un aplauso para este parapentista que acaba de llegar. Acá tenemos otro más en esta vela verde. Me indican por acá que es un piloto alemán el que se acerca. Vamos a ver con qué destreza. Parece que viene muy bien. Está realizando un giro hacia la izquierda, uno a la derecha en este momento. Parece que se va a pasar un poco el aterrizaje. Bueno, ahí lo tenemos. Acaba de tocar tierra. Muy bien. Acá tenemos a otro piloto.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of FGA. Join us next time. We're going to head to the beach where we're going to hang out with some of the paramotor pilots, do some flying around the coastline, and even Mrs. FGA gets up in the sky.